Mark Davis, you are not the father. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building, man. You guys know what time it is. Welcome to the latest installment of Coffee and Convo. I am your host, Graphk Raider, man. Salute to the greatest chat in YouTube history, man. I appreciate you guys. Nada, Martin, Raw Dog, YouTube, Demote, AP, Raider Mike. Salute to everybody here, man. Do me a favor, you guys. Wipe them feet, meaning hit them thumbs up. Also, hit that subscribe button if you guys are not subscribed yet. We're trying to get to 30K. We cannot do it without you guys. Salute once again to the greatest chat in YouTube history. I see my brother Ty, Devontae Adams, Ron, Austin, all my people. Sir Dre, salute to everybody. Punchy's also in the building as well. You love to see it. Some things to talk about today, you guys. You see the thumbnail. We're going to have some fun today. It's the slow time of the season, off season. You know what I mean? Not a lot going on right now, but we're going to have fun with this one. We're going to talk about a few other articles that have been actually released these past few days about our Raiders. I'm going to give you my take on it. And we're going to talk about some things, man. You already know. But before we do that, everybody here in the comments section, let me know, where are you watching from? Are you watching from the crib? Are you watching from work? Are you stuck in traffic right now on your way to work? Are you at the side chick's house? Are you at the side chick's house? Are you at the side chick's house? Where are you at watching this show right now? What city, what state? Let me know down in the comments section. Sean Algram, what's good with you, brother? The crib, work. Salute to Cambo in the building. You already know. I see Sion Raider. Come on. We're not there yet. We're going to save that one a little later down the line. We got Vegas in the building, Mudville in the building, Cali, Antioch. I love it, man. New Jersey, the Man Cave, Corona, California, Stockton. I see Jersey once again, Gilroy. Salute to Maine, Oakland. I love it, man. I love it. Irvine is definitely in the building as well. Salute to Toro. We got Portland, Oregon in the building as well. We got Berserk. He has had a side chick. Oh, man. Oh, man. Oh, man. That content. Had to take a few days away, you guys. You already, like I said before, man, it's the off season. Doesn't this off season feel a lot slower than every other off season? It's actually kind of crazy. It was going crazy for a minute, and then it just absolutely just went to a straight halt. Like, it's been slow. I know we kind of say this every off season, but I'm being real about this one. This feels like it is like the slowest off season in the world right now. It's nasty work right now, man. A lot going on, in Vegas with the Brooks being out there and, OTAs and all that good stuff. But it's just not a lot of information. Even my people out there in Vegas on the ground floor right now, it's not a lot to talk about. The excitement is there, you guys. I know we're all juiced to watch our team go out there and battle this year. But it's been really, really, really quiet these past few weeks, man. It's been absolutely insane. Yeah, Ace. And that's a good thing, though, right? That's a good thing. As fans, it is a good thing. As a content creator, it sucks. But as a fan, more importantly, you're right. No drama, no bullshit, no bullshit off-field issues right now. Everybody's on the same accord. You love to see it. No news is good news as a Raiders fan. So I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. There you go. No news is good news, I guess. Facts. Let's talk about it, you guys. So these last few months, kind of had some fun with this whole Mark Davis thing, right? I knew it was cap from the jump. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, everybody's saying that Josh Jacobs has like 14 kids and shit, right? You know, everybody has fun with it. We don't really know the truth behind it. We all assume that's not right? Well, yesterday, you know, the young girl herself, Hayden Hopkins, I believe she's a young model. I think she's about, there's conflicting reports. Somebody said 22, somebody's saying 26. But you know, they went with this picture last season, right, of her being in one of the suites sitting next to our owner. And everybody assumed, oh, wow, Mark has a young girlfriend, so on and so forth. I knew it was Cap from Jump Street, but apparently she was in there with a few of her friends in the owner's box. She put this on Instagram yesterday, you guys. Reports of Mark Davis being the father of my child are wildly untrue. Hopkins wrote on X, which was also on Instagram. I was pictured sitting next to him at a game in 2022 and have endured false rumors of a romantic relationship since. I was just a guest sitting in the owner's box with other friends. These continued media stories are negatively affecting what should be the happiest days. Joey and I are excited to welcome our baby in the fall. So Joey is her boyfriend or, you know, fiance, whoever it is. But we could finally, you guys, put these rumors to bed. I see that everybody was killing Dove on Twitter yesterday. For those who are not on Twitter, Dove is like this animated fake, you know, Twitter, you know, a page that just puts up anything for engagement. It's kind of like a clickbait engagement farm type scenario. But people were actually feeding into it a lot more last night because Pat McAfee played into it on Monday Night Raw. For those who have no idea, Monday Night Raw is one of the biggest, you know, television shows of the last few decades, the WWE, right? And Pat put something out there. It was funny. He was like, yo, you know, Mark, blah, 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 blah. He put it into the universe as well. So it was very difficult to see what is real and what is not because Pat McAfee's playing into it on Monday Night Raw where there's millions of people tuned into the show. So she goes on Twitter. She goes on Instagram. Lets it be known, you guys, there's nothing to be seen here. And yeah. I see Wasted in the building. You know, he's actually using my words against me. For those who have no idea, we have a group chat, you know, on IG, me and the Mob Fathers. And I don't know why we have Wasted's weird ass in there, but he's in there. He stole one of my thumbnails. You know what I mean? He changed his little, you know, his little thumbnail around, you know, made it look like mine. Stole one of my Mark Davis pictures that I found on Google, on my Google. You know what I'm saying? I don't waste this Google, but my Google. You know what I mean? I said, nobody's watching that, you know, that show that you put out there. You know what I mean? It's ass. You know what I'm saying? So he comes over here. He's trolling my show right now, and he says this show is ass. It's nasty work out here, Wasted. It's nasty work out here, man. You know what I mean? And just want you to know, bro, no one is going to tune into that show tonight. It's just absolutely asparagus. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. You know what I mean? But, you know, but you're here. You know what I mean? So salute to Wasted, carrying the load, bro. And it was a pause-worthy hug. It was nasty, nasty work. Wasted put. You gonna play these games, Wasted? Carrying the load. Carrying the load. Looks like a picture that I used. Looks like a picture that I used. It's nasty work out here in these streets, man. You guys are witnessing live and in living color the breakup of the dynamic duo of Graphk and Wasted, or Wasted and Graphk. I will no longer be tied to his shenanigans. I will no longer be live streaming with Wasted talent. He is a thief. He is a disrespectful human being, and he is about to be unceremoniously, all that good shit, blocked. That show he puts on, that shit is asparagus. It's nasty work out here in these streets, man. Salute to Jacob. Shout out, Graphk. Best Raiders channel out there. Tell Wasted that, Jacob. I just got me and my wifey tickets to the Raiders and Steelers game. Let's effing go. Brock Bowers. Salute to Jacob, man, my dog. And that's one of the big games to go to because that is the biggest ticket in the NFL right now. It's nasty work. Even Chloe going crazy in the background, man. It's nasty. But that's the biggest ticket in the NFL right now. That's insane, man. So have fun out there. I think that the ticket started at like $1,000 or something like that, right? It's nasty work. Have a good time out there, brother. Real talk, man. Salute to you. You and the wifey have a ball out there, man. Salute to my guy on a $5 donation. Salute to Pace. I think we need to be more excited about this 20. Am I about to open up in a couple days and possibly 20 mil about to open up in a couple days and possibly adding a veteran corner and other impactful free agents. We're going to talk about that here in a minute as well. Raider Pace. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Got you, brother. Salute to you on a $5 donation. Nope, it's real, Chris. We out of here, bro. We out of here, bro. It was fun while it lasted, man. It was fun while it lasted. You know what I'm saying? Me and Wasted had a hell of a ride out there, in these YouTube streets. You know what I mean? It was fun, man. It was fun, man. It's nothing worse than a thief, though. You know what I mean? Salute to my brother Wasted, man. We just having some fun. Hey, you guys, also, we may have a surprise show on the horizon this week. Stay tuned. We may have a guest locked in. Stay tuned for the Graphk and Wasted or the Wasted and Graphk show, however you want to call it. We're gonna have some fun with it, man. Salute to my brother Wasted. You guys, that's my brother, man. That's my best friend right there, man. You guys know we're just playing around, man. We having some fun. You know what I mean? The Detroit Buddha, man. Since we got back from Detroit, shit hasn't been right at all. You know what I'm saying? Hasn't been right at all, man. Get your questions in, you guys. We're gonna have a Q&A today. We're just gonna have some fun. We're gonna go over some articles that are covering our Raiders in the national media, and we're gonna give our takes on it, man. But put some questions in the question mark in the community tab, and let's have some fun. OTAs tomorrow, LV. Factory. We're back at it. I already have a thumbnail ready to go. I already know who's gonna be. Can't put it out there yet, but we know what coaches are gonna be out there. Getting some questions in at the OTAs presser. I'm already ready to go. So we're going to be covering that tomorrow, man. Salute to my brother LV Maximus. Cambo, to be honest with you, if we had to go with someone, I'm going to go with the Dory Jackson. But he scares the shit out of me. He has not been a great player by any means. He's dealt with some injuries. He's missed a lot of football games. But the connection, to Patrick Graham, I do believe that he fits into what we're doing on the defensive side of the football out here in Las Vegas. And also, man, he can help us in special teams as well. So if I had to choose someone that fits the best in terms of our defensive identity with Patrick Graham at the helm, I'm going to go with the Dory Jackson. But I think there's better options out there. I'd rather have Xavier Howard. I'd rather have Stephon Gilmore. And then there's a few other names that we'll talk about here in a second as well. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I appreciate you guys. Salute to my boy KB, man. Hawaii boy checking in. Good day, Graphk. Have a blessed day, King. Salute to my guy, KB, man, my dog. No, there's nothing, but it doesn't seem like anything, though. It doesn't seem like anything, Chris. I think it was just a preventive type situation. Get him off the football field, make sure he's all right. But I'm not hearing any anything real in terms of an injury. It looked like he was beat up a little bit at the beginning of OTAs, and they just decided to take him off the football field. It doesn't sound like a lingering type situation where it could potentially keep him off the field long term. I have not heard anything about this injury, and I've spoken to a few people that are out there. Very, very close to the situation, and it doesn't sound like this is a situation that we should be worrying about too much. But I could be wrong. But it doesn't seem like a serious situation at this point. I think that we would have heard something. It's been a few days since, they took him off the football field at OTA. So I'm assuming that we would have heard something. I don't think it's anything serious, man. Salute to Spivey, man. I'm glad you are playing. Wasted is too old to make new friends. Talk that shit, Spivey. Facts. He's way too old to do a lot of shit. Salute the Spy, man. Salute the Raider Jesse, also my guy in the building. Appreciate you, brother. If you guys want to become a member, like our guy Raiders Jesse, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do over here at OLV Raider Nation, man. What up? Incoming player gets an extension prior to week 1. No, man, what do you mean by that? What up? And what do you mean? What player gets an extension prior to week 1? I'm assuming that's what you meant, right? If I had to pick a player, there's a few guys that we can take a look at. I don't know if it's going to be Robert Spillane, but I would be looking at Robert Spillane. He's not going to cost you an arm and a leg, but we did draft Tommy Eichenberg, Eichenberg out of Ohio State, you guys. I don't know if you guys remember this, but AP continuously said green dot, green dot, green dot for Tommy Eichenberg. A lot of NFL comps are Robert Spillane. So I probably would have said Spillane previously, you know what I mean? And he put his body on the line last year. We already know he that boy absolutely destroyed his hands and was still out there playing ball, right? Was an absolute stud for us in coverage, played the run well. You know what I mean? I would have said Robert Spillane, but now that we have Tommy Eichenberg, I think that they're going to allow this last year of his deal to play out and then revisit it maybe after the season is up or maybe even later on during the season. But if I had to say any player that would get an extension prior to week 1, probably be Malcolm Koonce. It'd probably be Malcolm Koonce. And that says a lot, right? Because you have Tyree Wilson, a guy that you just drafted in the top 10 a year ago. You have Merrick, who's on the last year of his deal, Nate Hobbs. But for some strange reason, man, I'm going to go with Malcolm Koonce. Man, I'm hearing that the leadership, he stepped it up in the leadership role. He's been stepping up just as a football player, a human being, just everything. It sounds like Malcolm Koonce is doing everything, and he's going above and beyond for this franchise. I'd go with Malcolm Koonce at this point. I'd go with Malcolm Koonce. It's just, would he want to get an extension before week 1? Because he played very, very well for us last year, right? 8.5 sacks, I believe. He probably want to go out this year and prove that he can continue to do that so we can get an even bigger deal. But I go Malcolm Koonce. So salute to my guy Gen X as well, man, on becoming a member, man. Salute to my dog, man. Appreciate you, man. If you guys want to become a member, like my boy Gen X, hit the link. It's pinned up top. Let me see. He'll be ready, Chris. He'll be ready, man. He'll be ready. I don't know if you guys just seen an article from CBS that came out. He was rated a top 10 offensive lineman, in the NFL. I know the shoulder injury is, hampered him last year, but I think he's going to be ready to go. And I think they're being very cautious with him up to this point. I know, we talked about it the other day that he was on the sideline, getting his workout, and he was not on the football field. They're just being very cautious with our starting left tackle, making sure that they're not just throwing him out there to end up getting hurt again. But I'm not too much worried about it, man. I think he'll be ready to go. Not too much worried about Colton Miller. Brock Bowers. Salute to DeMarcus Webb, my guy in the building, man. Appreciate you, King. Let me see. I can see that. Spillane and Koonce both get it. Okay. I'm only getting away from Spillane, you guys, because of Tommy Eichenberg and all of the green dot talk from AP. AP kept saying green dot. So, and I know they love Robert Spillane. This is not me saying, we're going to let him go after this year and so on and so forth. I'm just going off of, if they had to give a guy an extension before week 1, I think they're going to see what Malcolm, they would give it to Malcolm Koonce. Let me see. I like that, Big Mike. Salute to my brother, man. Shieldmore is definitely in the building. I'm going to go over, Big Mike, and I'm going to go actually a lot over than that. Way over. I'm going to go 1,100, 1,200 yards rushing on the ground for Zamir this year. And I'm going to go with 10 touchdowns. I'll go 10 to 12 for Zamir. Even though I think a lot of the red zone, we have options now in the red zone. It's not just force feed your running back and hope you can get in the end zone. We have Brock Bowers out there now. We have Michael Mayer in year 2. You know what I mean? Like, we have Jacoby. We have Michael Gallup now that we just brought in a free agency. Devontae Adams is going to get his. You know what I'm saying? So I may have to say somewhere maybe 8 to 10. I'll say 8 to 11 I'm kind of cheating. I'll just say 10 to 12 touchdowns. But I'm going 1,100, 1,200 yards with Zamir. Why not? Because also, Big Mike, think of it like this. Alex Madison, we don't know. Is he going to make this roster? Is he going to make this roster? I don't know. I don't know. He still has to go into – I'm assuming he would, but, it's not a for sure thing. It's not a for sure thing. What if Labe ends up just going crazy, this offseason, and Alex Madison doesn't look too good? We may let him walk, and then at that point, you got Zeus, who's going to probably carry the football a lot more without Alex Madison on the rosters. So I'm going 1,100 yards, 10 to 12 touchdowns. KC, I've said it a million times, man. I'm nervous about Ty. I got you, brother. My apologies. I'll bring it up here in a second. I've said that, anytime you have a guy in Zamir White who hasn't had a lot of success at the NFL level, he had a really good end of the year for us last year. When he's your running back one, yes, there has to be some concern because we don't know if he can continue to replicate what he did last year at the end of the season, right? We got a 6th-round guy now that we brought in Dylan Labe. We have Alex Madison, who was proven to not be a running back one out there in Minnesota once they moved on from Dalvin Cook. He is a proven running back 2 at best. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you got Amir Abdullah coming in, and he's on the wrong side of 30. He signed a one more year deal. So, I'm very much afraid of what we're going to look like in terms of the run game. If Zeus cannot replicate what he did at the end of the season last year, this can be nasty. But one of the reasons why I'm kind of okay with where we are in terms of the run game is we have Luke Getsy out there calling the offense. He loves to run the football. The past few seasons, he's had a top running offense in the NFL. So that kind of eases the blow a little bit for me. But yes, I am concerned about the run game, especially with Zamir White in year 3. He hasn't touched the football a lot. He hasn't had a lot of reps. So yes, I'm definitely going to be a little nervous, but Luke Getsy kind of helps me ease the blow a little bit because he's worked with minimal talent out there in Chicago, and I know a lot of the production came from Justin Fields, but they ran the football effectively, out there in Chicago. It didn't matter who was running the football. So, Luke Getsy eases the blow a little bit for me in terms of my concern for the run game. And let me see, I definitely missed out on a few. Salute to Spivey. I'm glad you were playing. Wasted his token. Read that. Salute to Ty. I'm getting ticks in June for my B-Day. Raiders, Baltimore. That's going to be one of the ones, bro. Week 2. That's going to be one of the ones. I'm a little nervous about that game, man. I'm a little nervous about that game. They got a lot of talent, ton of talent out there in Baltimore. That defense is phenomenal. Their offense, Lamar Jackson's in great shape. He lost a ton of weight, though, you guys. That's something to definitely keep an eye on because I don't know if he's going to be able to take the kind of brutality that he's took in previous years. He's lost a lot of weight. Have you guys seen what Lamar Jackson looks like right now physically? He's lost some weight. Salute to Tyree. What's good, Graphk? Love what you do. Love what you do. Checking in with you for the first time in a minute. Salute to my guy, Tyree Johnson in the building. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to my guy. Salute to everybody here, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. McCormick is going to step up. All right, I'm hoping so, man. You guys know how much, I love Sincere McCormick's game. But we shall see. At this point, we already have, our 3 backs, so to speak, right? At this point, and at some point, I think that, Lobby's going to end up being that 3rd guy. But right now, it is Sincere McCormick. It is Alex Madison, and it's Amir Abdullah is your 3rd down back. So Sincere has a lot of work to do this offseason to make some noise and to let Luke Getsy know, like, look, man, you need to have me in, rotation. We know that this is going to be, not one workhorse at the running back position. This is going to be a running back by committee type situation. And he has a lot to prove to Getsy, him and Britton Brown this offseason, to get some type of reps in that rotation. So I would love to see Sincere do his thing, but he has a lot to prove this offseason. Me too, Q. Me too. I hear you. But, at the end of the day, it's kind of a catch-22 though, right? It's like you catch them at the beginning of the season where they're healthy. Derrick Henry is, starting to get the wheels running. Lamar Jackson is definitely going to be healthy week 2. God forbid something happens to him in week 1. it's kind of a catch-22 because they're a well-oiled machine already, Q. You know what I mean? They already, that defense is already that defense. That O is already that O. You know what I mean? Maybe because of some of the changes that they had on the offensive line, you know what I mean, moving on from one of their tackles, moving on from one of their guards, maybe we can catch them lacking, you know what I mean, trying to find that cohesiveness on that O-line. So you may be on to something here, you know what I mean? But I think that they're going to be prepared week 2. And we're at their place. I believe it's an early game, Eastern Standard Time game. It's going to be difficult for us to travel from LA to Baltimore, you know what I mean, and go out there and steal one. So I hear you, because you can catch Baltimore a little later on, and you never know what happens. Mark Andrews can be down. You know what I mean? I know they have Isaiah Likely, another great tight end option for them. But, you know, I personally would probably rather catch them lacking later on because they beat up a little bit. Let me see. Steam T. You know, it's our 4th down back, Brock Bowers, man. Salute to Steam T in the building. Salute to Redbone. We need to have more confidence in this team. Still way too many in the nation thinking we ain't going to do shit because of the QBs. We have, and I get it, but this team is loaded. It's playoff caliber, in my opinion. So I got to say this, Redbone. I agree with you, but I also disagree with you. This team has to prove to us that they're a playoff caliber team. You know what I mean? Last year we had some games where, you know, we fell short. The 3-0 Minnesota game, nasty work. The Colts game, you know, which set us back. You know what I mean? They have a lot to prove this season. They have a lot to prove, man. You know what I mean? And now there's going to be even more, you know, there's going to be more at stake for Aiden O'Connell if he is QB1, because now he has a full-length offseason with his offensive coordinator, with his head coach, with the entire team to figure out, you know what I mean, how this thing is going to work under Luke Getsy. So there's more pressure on Aiden O'Connell this season as well, I think, than last year. And that says a lot, because how do you have more pressure on you than being a rookie quarterback being just thrown out to the wolves, right? Now people are expecting you to go out there and play football at a higher level. So, you know, I agree with you, but this team has to show us. They have to show us that we're a playoff caliber team. Can that defense continue to do what they did last season? Right? We're expecting greatness from this defense this upcoming season. Can they continue that trend? Now that we got Christian Wilkins, what is that defensive line going to look like? Are we finally going to have a real presence in the middle of that defensive line that allows Max Crosby to get freed up and put up 20 sacks a season and get Malcolm Kuntz and Tyree Wilson potentially 10 plus? You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of question marks around this team starting at the quarterback position. You know what I mean? So I love Aiden O'Connell. You know what I mean? I love that we went out and got Gardner Minshew, but there's a lot to prove. The run game, a lot of question marks around this run game. There's question marks around his O-line. Can James Craig, you know, put a formidable offensive line out there that can protect either Aiden or Gardner Minshew? There's a lot of question marks. So I hear you, but confidence needs to be earned, Redbone. And, you know, these past few seasons, it's been pretty ugly for us, man. It's been pretty nasty for us, man. This team has to show us that they can win to get us confident as a fan base. I'm always going to be confident because I'm a delusional Raider fan. You know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I mean? But we have to call it how we see it. At the end of the day, go out there and win some football games. That's where you get the confidence from the fan base. You know what I mean? Salute to Redbone, my guy. Salute to Raider Reaper, my dog in the building. Appreciate you, man. Salute to LV. Ice Cube in concert at the M Casino September 20th by the pool. Tickets on sale Saturday. Kickoff to the new season. Salute to LV. I might be out there actually for that. Salute to one of the Mob Fathers in the building. Salute to another Mob Father, man. My brother Hug D's gifted 5 OLV Raider Network memberships. Salute to the Mob Father himself, and salute to all the new members in the building because of him. I appreciate you. For those who missed out, if you want to become a member, hit the link. It's pinned up top. One of the best ways to support what we do over here. So we know now, you guys, Mark Davis is not going to be a father, right? He is not going to father a child from a 20-something-year-old model, I believe, or I don't know what she is, but that's not going to happen. Wanted to put that out there because I'm now starting to see people come in and asking about the thumbnail. Mark Davis is not the father. There you have it. So to my downs. Docs, I'm a little worried about Powers. They should have said something by now. It's got to be a pull or a strain. Well, this is the thing, Mike, right? Let's just say it is a strain or he pulled the groin, whatever it is, right? There's plenty of time to get him right before the season starts. We're so far away right now, Downs. before real football. I know the pads are going to come on, sooner than later, but we don't even see preseason games until August. So we have a few months. We're still a few months away from real football. I understand that you don't want to have a rookie, be behind the curve, so to speak. You want them to be out there and get as many reps as possible so they can get accustomed to the speed of the NFL. The speed of the game, we already know, is different at the NFL level. You don't want him missing any reps because you want him to have that cohesiveness with the rest of the O-line. You want to build that camaraderie. I get it. I understand that. But I'm not too much worried about it right now. Still very early. We still have a lot of time. If it did happen, if something did get pulled or he did strain something, there's plenty of time to get him right before week 1, before real football is played. So I'm not too much worried about it. You know what I mean? And I have not seen anything out there, about this being a serious issue. I have not seen his mother or father on Twitter speaking about, anything. I'm assuming he's going to be okay. Let me see. Yeah, Redbone, I didn't. There's another reason why, I had to step away for a few days from the content. It was a very bad tornado out here the other day, you guys. Like literally to the point where all the families in the neighborhood, my brother lives down the street, everybody had to put their families in the closet and close all the doors. It was insane. The other day we had 2 major tornadoes hit our area that absolutely destroyed some shit out here, man. So we had to take a few days away, and make sure we were right. But you're right, though, man. Yeah, it was nasty work, man. And just the other day, it's crazy. Salute to my brother, Marquette King. I go perform with him at the end of the Arlington Renegades game. It's the last game of their season. We're performing. It's hot as hell. It's nice as shit. I come home that night, and then it's just absolutely mayhem, absolutely insane madness. You know what I mean? So salute to everybody that's out here locally or just in the Texas area. I'm hoping that everybody's okay. Those tornadoes were no joke. And salute to Oklahoma as well. Nasty, man. Nasty. It was really, really crazy. That shit is scary, man. This Texas weather is no joke. Let me see. Salute to Raiders Rebel. I think if anybody in our running back room that's not going to make the roster, it has to be Amir Abdullah. He's only contributed 327 yards out of the backfield in the last 2 years, and he is 30. Rebel, I think that they brought him back on a, one more year because of the leadership. You know what I mean? I think that he's going to be more of a leader in that locker room this year. I don't think he's going to be a guy that's going to give us a ton of production at all out of the running back position. I think he'll give us some real reps and special teams. But a guy that is a leader in the locker room, is very vocal. The other guys in the locker room respect him. I've heard it from plenty players that they love Amir Abdullah. You know what I mean? So he's a veteran presence. Sometimes you have to bring people back, because of that. He's a great locker room guy. He didn't get paid a shit ton of money to come back for one more year. I do believe this might be his last year playing in the NFL. I know he's doing some other things. He's doing movies and all that other good stuff. But I just think that it was smart for them to bring him back because of the veteran leadership. And I said this the other day, on one of the shows, that he was brought back as a maybe we may miss out on some of these running backs in this year's draft. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if they thought or they assumed that Dylan Lobby would be available there in the 6th round. There was a few runs on running backs that we missed out. You know what I mean? So I think that they brought him back as kind of like, preventative kind of measure. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's make sure, let's bring him in and just in case we do miss out on one of these running backs in this year's draft, which we ended up bringing in a guy that is great in the passing game and a lot younger in Dylan Lobby. But I think that he's going to help Dylan a lot, this upcoming season. So I don't think they're going to cut him. I really don't. I don't think they're going to cut him. I truly don't. He's a locker room presence. He's a leader in the locker room, and a lot of people respect what that guy does. And there you go. Those were the words that I was actually looking for. He'll be like a Brandon Bolden last year as a special teamer. There you have it. Salute to Dan, my guy in the building, man. My dog. Let me see. Yep. I'm definitely gonna go check that out. Definitely. Salute to Max and those guys over there putting out really, really, really good content, man. The Aiden O'Connell, the Robert Spillane, now the Nate Hobbs. They've been putting in that work, man. Yeah, no, that's right, Redbone. Facts. And that started last year. It started last year. You know what I mean? Seeing some of those players going down with injuries and other guys stepping up. You know what I mean? Like, no, we do have some serviceable depth right now. I think the only room that you can really, well, there's a few that you can question, right? You can look at the cornerback room and say, man, we're really young. Devonshire, Richardson, Nate Hobbs, Jack Jones, Jacorian Bennett. Then we got, more of a veteran in Brandon Faison. We can add some more there. We got Jaquan Shepard as a UDFA out of Maryland. I think that he's going to be more of a special teams guy his rookie season. But we can add some more depth there, especially in terms of veteran presence. But the linebacker room also, you know what I mean? Like, I think that we do have some depth there, but I think that we could use some more talent just in case. What happens if Devon Diablo goes down? You know what I mean? That's scary, man. You know, we're going to have to rely heavily on a Darian Butler coming off that big injury that he had. You know, he missed the whole season last year. Amari Burney, in year 2, is he going to give me real reps at the linebacker position? You know what I mean? We got Spillane, we got Devon Diablo. Those are our 2 slotted starters. Then you got Tommy Eichenberg. We have a few other talents there at the linebacker, but there's still, I think we can use a little more depth in the corner room and the linebacker room. But, in terms of free agents at this point, I don't think there's too much you can do at the linebacker position, bringing anybody in that can really turn that room around. So we're probably going to have to run with what we got in that linebacker room. But we need to add some more a veteran presence in terms of the cornerback position. Let me see. This podcast have been extremely enjoyable. Maybe OLV can collaborate with the Rush one day. Maybe. Stay tuned, man. Stay tuned. I don't think y'all realize, man, when I get to Vegas, I'm hitting the ground running, man. So, I'm going to put that one out there, Ty. I'll put that one out there, brother. There you go. Next year, Matt's going to have Graphk on the Rush Pod. Can't wait. I don't know about that Wasted guy, though. Salute to my brother Wasted, man. Nose ring. No booger, y'all. Nose ring. No booger. Yo, Graphk, thoughts on giving linebacker Cunningham and DB Howard a 1-year prove-it deal to both? I'm okay with that. I'm definitely fine with bringing in Zach Cunningham on a 1-year deal and bringing in Xavier Howard. You guys already know I've been screaming from the mountaintops to bring in Xavier Howard. I know a lot of people think that he wouldn't fit, the culture, and he doesn't fit potentially what Graham wants to do on the defensive side of the football. There was talk about them potentially, butting heads, with their time in Miami. I'm going to say this, man. Xavier Howard is going to be very, very pissed this season. He's going to be very mad. The only place that he's ever known as home in the NFL is Miami. They allowed him to walk. They cut him. They didn't want to pay him. He said, I'm not taking a pay cut. I think he's going to be very much so, very, very mad this upcoming season. And last I checked, you guys and Chris, we have the Miami Dolphins on the schedule, right? We play them in Miami. Be nothing like bringing in Xavier Howard to go out there, man, and help us, win that football game. So definitely 1-year deal. I'm cool with that. I'm okay with, paying Xavier Howard on a 1-year prove-it deal and bringing in the likes of Zach Cunningham as well to add to that room. That'd be great. Big Mike, come on, bro. You got my line, brother. Call me, bro. You already know, man. Salute to my brother, man. And salute to my bro, man. GA Patriot gifting 5 OLV Raiders Network memberships. Thank you, brother. That means a lot. Salute to my guy, GA, man. Appreciate you, brother, so much. Salute to all the new members in the building because of GA Patriot and our brother, the my father himself, Hug D's. Let me see. Talk, Steam T. Talk. Chris, man, we've talked about this the other day as well. Why do you think nobody's picked up Thurman Renfro? I think that, man, the best playing, his best football is behind him, Chris. I do, man. I think that the hits have caught up. The fumbles are a cause for concern. He just wasn't, he's not the player that he once was. And it sucks, to see that because, he played at a high level for us in 2021. He stepped up, when we were really, when that wide receiver room was bare minimum, Hunter Renfro stepped up and had a Pro Bowl year for us. But I think other teams are afraid. I think other teams are afraid, man. They, do we want to pay Hunter Renfrow money to come in and be that guy? We don't even know who, if he's going to be, is he completely healthy? You know what I mean? Is it a mental thing with him? You know what I mean? The fumbles have beat our ass, Chris. The Arizona game, last year, the Minnesota game, they're definitely a cause for concern. And I think that other teams, general managers are definitely checking it out and seeing, you know what, man, I don't know if Hunter's going to fit what we got going. I thought he would have been a Saint by now, Chris. Truly, I thought he would have been a Saint by now. I thought that they would have went and got him. I thought that Derek Carr would have been, pounding the table to bring in Hunter Renfrow. They've had success together, with their time in Las Vegas. So I thought that he would have been a Saint by now. So that I think it speaks volumes of him still being a free agent. But we shall see. Post June, you never know. A lot more money freed up. Maybe somebody brings him in. I don't know. Who's to say? Salute to my guy Savage as well. My dog, man. Appreciate you, brother. As always. All my guys, man. The greatest chat, man, in the world, man. You guys definitely, man. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much, Savage Raider. Salute to all the new members in the building. Yeah, Hug. Exactly. Savage Raider, appreciate you gifting the chat. The GOAT, man. Salute. And LV, there you go. The Mod Fathers are out here, showing appreciation, man, for our guy Savage, man. Salute. Chris, I'm not saying that he doesn't. I'm saying that maybe other organizations think that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they think that. Maybe they think his best football is behind him. You know what I mean? Can he help an organization? Definitely. But he had a lot of problems last year, Chris. Outside of the fumbles, I mean, there was times where you can see he couldn't get open. There was also other times where he was open. You know what I mean? And Aiden didn't look his way, or Jimmy G didn't look his way, and so on and so forth. But, there's a lot of deficiencies right now to Hunter Renfrow's game. Creating separation, coming down with the football, like we said, the fumbles, the hits. I'm not saying that he can't be good. I'm just saying that there's cause for concern at this point. And he's not a Raider anymore. So, once a Raider, always a Raider, you know what I'm saying? But he's a free agent, man. I'm not too much worried. I don't think that we would even think about bringing Hunter Renfrow back at this point, with Trey Tucker and Brock Bowers probably playing a lot in the slot, Devontae being utilized in the slot. There's no real need for Hunter Renfrow, for us, at least at this point. Yeah, man. There you go, Jay. Slow and gets bullied off the line. There you go. Omar, look, I hope he comes back, man, and he's cooking. I do, man. I'm rooting for Hunter Renfrow, bro. I am. I'm rooting for him, bro. Definitely, Raider or not, I'm rooting for Hunter Renfrow unless he plays against us. Tyree, man, other than Brock Bowers and JPJ, what rookie do you think could really show out and have a bigger impact on our season that no one would expect? Richardson. I'm going to go with Richardson, Tyree, our young pup out of Mississippi State. I think that he has everything needed to be a really, really quality player on the perimeter, as a corner in this system, especially. The measurables are there. He has the game, the skill set, to get, to work really well in Patrick Graham's scheme. So I would go with Richardson. I love Devin Shire as well, LV. Don't get me wrong. 7th round pick. He has a lot of work to do in order to make this roster. You know what I'm saying? But I could have said that, Hug. I don't want to say Eichenberg. People know that I've been high on Tommy Eichenberg since day one. But I'm going to go with Richardson because it's much more of a need. We need someone to step up to be that corner too. I think Jacorian Bennett is going to do that this year. And I think that we're going to go bring a veteran in that's going to help us as well. Don't get me wrong, post-June. But I think Richardson gets a chance this year to show his worth in year one. And I think that Richardson will be the guy. Redbone, I could say Lobby. I could, but I think that, between Zeus, between Alex Madison, with Amir Abdullah coming back, I just think that he's not going to get as many reps to make that. I think he's going to make some noise this year. Don't get me wrong, Redbone. I definitely do. I'm excited to watch this kid in this offense. But I just think because of the big question mark at the corner 2 position, I think Richardson's going to get a lot more looks. You know what I mean? So I'm I'm just going to go with Richardson. But I do believe that Dylan Labe is going to ball out for us. And I think that he's going to be a dynamic playmaker for us, even more later on down the road. You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna definitely help us in the passing game, for sure. But I think that Redbone, a lot of his bread and butter is going to be in special teams. We may see Dylan Labe out there, man, and getting some reps in special teams in year one. There's a reason why they brought Amir Abdullah back, not only because of that veteran presence in the locker room and that, that vocal leader and all that other good stuff. They wanted to bring him back one more year. Now we got Labe. He can put his arm around him, so on and so forth. They don't have to throw him out there to the wolves. You know what I'm saying? But I do believe he's going to get a nice share of reps. But I have this really good feeling about Richardson. I always butcher his name. Is it DeCamerion, I believe? Salute to Jacob. Which player on this team has the most to prove this season? Man, that's a really, really good question, Jacob. I'll go one on the offensive side of the football, and I'll go one on the defensive side of the football. Why not? Offensively, Aiden O'Connell or Gardner Minshew, whoever it is at the quarterback position. It is the quarterback. I think that we're going to have one of a top 5 to top 7 defense in the NFL. They're going to help carry us a lot. Whoever's at the quarterback position has to go out there and play solid for us. At least game manager, at best, going to have to go out there and win us a few games. You know what I mean? So the player to prove on the offensive side of the football to me is going to be either Aiden or Gardner Minshew at the quarterback position, because that dictates how successful we can be as a whole. On the defensive side of the football, I'm going to go 2 players. I'm going to go Tyree Wilson. He was a top 10 pick a year ago, right, Jacob? Like, he has all the measurables. He's a monster of a man, right? There's going to be some pressure for him to get it done this year and year 2. Last year he had 3.5 sacks, I believe. He started to pick it up a little bit once they moved him around on the defensive line. He started having some reps in the interior of that defensive line, still having, lined up as an edge rusher also. Tyree on the defensive side of the football. I'm going to go Merrick, Jacob. Merrick is a guy that needs to prove that he can take that next step. He's shown that he could be a really solid football player. But this is a guy that a few seasons ago, we wanted to take in round 1, you guys. In round 1 at a TCU. You know what I mean? Like, period, point blank, he needs to be the guy this year. I want him to have a Pro Bowl type year on the back end of our defense, because I really believe that they're going to let Marcus Epps walk after this year. And Merrick is going to be that guy. He's going to get that extension at some point if he plays solid this year. And he had that's his room. That's his room. We got Palomar there. We got Chris Smith. We got Trey now. But Merrick has a lot to prove this upcoming season. So I'm going to go with Merrick, and I'm going to go with Tyree. Salute to Jacob. Great question, man. Great question. Let me see. And another one, Hobbs as well. We could throw him into that conversation. But I'm going to go with Merrick, and I'm going to go with Tyree on the defensive side of the football. Another player, though, you guys, you know what? I'm going to throw another one out there on the offensive side of the football. Dylan Parham. Can you be one of those guys, one of those anchors on this O-line for years to come? He looked solid last year, looked solid his rookie year. You know what I mean? Can he be the guy moving forward that can help us, whether it's at the left guard spot or the right guard spot? Can he be a guy that can really, truly help this O-line grow and become one of the top units in the NFL? I think that I would throw him into that conversation as well. Salute to Black Raider WP. Up until now, how do you rate Mark's ownership on a scale of 1 to 10? I'll give him 2 points for Allegiant Stadium and hiring AP. We've had a few blunders, right, Black Raider? We've had a few blunders. The Josh McDaniels experience didn't work. But out of that experience, guess what happened? We got AP. So a lot of people tend to forget that, AP was a part of Josh McDaniels, of his regime. Without Josh McDaniels, there's no Antonio Pierce, right? So, but I would say I'd give him 4 or 5 points, period, just for the Vegas move. You finessed the city out of a phenomenal state-of-the-art stadium. You got a beautiful headquarters out there in Henderson. He has been proven to allow his coaches and his general managers to do what they want to do. So he's staying away from all football talk. That's, he allows the coaching staff and the general managers to do what they do. You know what I mean? 2021, we made the playoffs. You know, we were this close from actually beating the Cincinnati Bengals at their place in a wild card round, and they ended up going to the Super Bowl that season to face the Rams, and they damn near almost won. You know what I mean? So if I had to rate it, you know, because we haven't had a lot of success, you know what I mean? But we brought in Devontae Adams, right, under Mark Davis. You know, we moved on from Derek Carr, you know, after all those, you know, well, I mean, DC was a major part of, you know, Mark Davis's entire. I'm not even going to go into that situation, but we made some strides under Mark Davis. Let's just say that we've made some strides. You know what I mean? So I'll say 6, 7. I'll give him a 6 or 7 on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. Until he shows that he can get this, you know, build this team to be a perennial playoff, you know, team. I can't even think about the 8s, 9s, and 10s of the world, because the 10s are championships. The 9s are AFC championship, you know, being there. And then the 8s are a perennial playoff team where you can come in and make some noise, win a game or two. You know what I mean? So I'd probably say a solid 6 or 7 at this point. And most of it is because of off-field stuff, the stadium, the headquarters, you know, and all that other good stuff, and turning his bankroll around. I mean, he went from one of the poorest owners in the league to one of the richest. So salute to him. But in terms of football, he's not there yet in terms of the 8, 9s, and 10s, because we haven't had a ton of success. Salute to Hug, man. Favorite dime piece, Raiderette. My bad. Sidetrack. I'm going to go with my wife. Simple and plain, man. Easy question. You know what I mean? My own Raiderette. I mean, that's the only answer. Hug. Salute to my guy. Gio's in the building, man. Salute. Let me see. I thought that the heir to the Raiders was on the way, man. Isn't that the same woman that's always in the suite with MD, though? Must be his side piece. Haha. No, she was only there 1 week. And apparently she was there with a bunch of her friends. And it had nothing to do with Mark Davis and her. You know what I mean? They just kind of caught a glimpse of them together, and it looked like something, but it definitely wasn't something, Gio. So, yeah, I still have my hopes of Mark Davis handing the football team to me one day. Mark, I'm here for you, brother. One day, I can be the heir. I can do that. Hand it down to me, man. I got you, King. Salute to Gio, man. Let me see. Heart of Blaze says, F the Vegas move. They abandoned the fan base. At the end of the day, man, you know, Heart of Blaze, I hear you. And, you know, what's funny is, man, as a Northern California guy, I want to agree with you. But I can't. You know, they didn't abandon the fan base, man. What happens is it's a business, brother. Heart of Blaze, it's a business. You know what I mean? We still go out there and hit those J-lots. You know what I mean? We have a ball at those games. We throw parties the night before. Raider fans are closer than ever. You know what I mean? Right now, we meet each other up every weekend when there's a home game. You know what I mean? I don't think that they did that. I don't think that they abandoned the fan base. If you wanted to continue to play in Oakland, right, where players don't want to go, it's very hard to sign superstars in free agency. It's very hard to talk these guys into coming in and giving up half their money playing in the Bay Area, where it's already, I mean, that's just taxes in terms of half your money. The Bay Area, where it's expensive as hell. It's a business, man. It's a business, Heart of Blaze. You know what I mean? It's nasty work. And I for one, am one of the people that real life shedded tears when we moved from Oakland. I was pissed. I was hurt. It's a rough few weeks for me, man. I remember the Kings trading DeMarcus Cousins to the New Orleans Pelicans, and then the move with the Raiders going to Vegas becoming a real thing. It was tough for me. It was tough, but at the end of the day, man, we're still here. And look, Heart of Blaze, we're still here. There's 700 of us in here right now. You know what I mean? The fan base is still intact. We're still rocking together, and we, you know what I mean? So it is what it is. Salute to Mondo, my dog, man. That coffee and combo, man. Salute to my guy. Let me see. Yeah, there you go, Chris. No matter where we play, man. Let me see. I think this year, Chris. Why not? I don't think that Brock Bowers has the Michael Mayer type year. He's the better talent, Chris. I don't think that he has a Michael Mayer rookie type year. I think that he's going to come in and play phenomenal from day one. I don't think this is a situation where it's like Brock's going to go through his bumps and bruises and so on and so forth. He's going to be a baller in year one. He's going to have more of a Sam Laporta type year than he would a Michael Mayer year. Michael Mayer is about to have a Sam Laporta type year in year two. So at the end of the day, man, this can be the year. And I know, Dawson Knox, Dalton Kincaid out there in Buffalo, Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews out there in Baltimore. There's a shit ton of other teams that have a great duos at the tight end position, but I'm going this year. Ain't no one or 2 years. It's this year. Why not? And think about it. Luke is going to get the tight ends involved. You know what I mean? He's going to get them involved. A ton of two tight end sets. You already know we heard the 12 personnel. This is going to be a big year for our duo at the tight end position. Salute to my guy, Savage Raider, man. Oakland will always be home. Always, bro. And it's the thing that people tend to forget, Savage. I tell people this all the time. I hate that people try to take our Oakland roots away from us. Oh, we're Vegas now, so on and so forth. I have lived in Dallas for 5.5 years now. I am still from California. I still wave that flag proud. You know what I mean? I lived in Atlanta for damn near 10 years of my life, Savage. Does that mean that I'm no longer from Northern California? No, I still wave my Northern California flag proudly. At the end of the day, Oakland will always be home. No one will ever forget that. And you know why? Because we have the best fan base in the world that would never allow anyone to forget about home. The home base will always be Oakland at the end of the day. And Mark even knows that. I told you guys the story of when I seen Mark the last time. I had my Oakland Raiders hat on, and he went up to me and said, "I love your hat." That lets you know that Oakland means a lot to Mark Davis, but it has to make sense financially, has to make sense business-wise, and Vegas was the move, and we're here now. But Oakland will forever be home. And once again, salute to Savage, man. My dog, appreciate you, brother. On the five new OLV Raiders Network memberships. Salute to my brother Savage. Salute to all the new members in the building because of Savage Raiders. Salute to my guy, man. Let me see. Salute to Hug, my brother, man, on the $10 special. Let's get the Oakland BS straight oldest stadium with infield dirt, terrible infrastructure, and Libby Schaff pushed them out. Oakland pushed the Raiders out. Don't get that ish twisted. Salute to my guy Hug. And Hug's from the Bay. He's from the Bay. He knows what time it is. You know what I mean? My brother's from San Jose, grew up in Northern California. He knows what it is. You know what I mean? And we've heard this from players themselves, you guys, how tough it was for them to play in that infield and that dirt. You know what I mean? So there's been numerous players that have graced this, this screen right here on this very channel. Former players that have said that was a very, very difficult task. Let me see. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Yes, Martin, we do have a flag. NorCal definitely has a flag. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let me see. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was definitely different. Nothing will ever match that. You know what I'm saying? But, life goes on, you guys. Remember when we were kids, we thought that water hose had the best water in the world, right? As kids, we thought that if you're not drinking out of a garden hose, you're not drinking water. This is before we didn't have water bottles and all that other shit. We were drinking out of water hoses, right? Not even knowing that we're drinking chemicals. We got bugs in our garden hose and all this shit, right? Like, we got over it. We got older, we got water bottles now. You know what I'm saying? We got really good water now, right? Like we're going to get over this at some point. I get it. We're still holding on so dearly to our past and, so on and so forth. At some point, we're going to get over it. And some people still aren't over it. I get it. Once we start winning some football games, let's win a championship. Once we win a championship, I don't think we're going to be too much worried about where we used to play in the stadium and so on and so forth. It is what it is. Once some success lands on our desk, I think we'll be all right. Cheese, my guy, man. What's the chance of extending Kuntz until we know what's up with Tyree? That's a good question. I don't know. Cheese, I really don't know. I mean, Look, all I know is Patrick Graham loves Malcolm Kuntz. I know that Max Crosby loves Malcolm Kuntz. I know that Tyree has praised Malcolm Kuntz, right? I've said this since day one. It's a very difficult task, to let me say this. Pay Malcolm Kuntz. You could pay Malcolm Kuntz now because Tyree is still on his rookie deal. Give him a 3-year extension. Give him a 3-year extension. He has 4 years on his deal pretty much, right? He'll have this year, he'll have a few more years. You still have the 5th-year option on Tyree Wilson as well. Remember this, you guys. So I would sign Malcolm Kuntz to a nice little 3-year extension, right? So when his contract is up, Tyree is due to get paid, and hopefully he is that guy at that point. And if he is that guy at that point, guess what happened? You have 3 phenomenal edge rushers under contract these next 3 or 4 seasons. So look, do they allow Malcolm Kuntz to play out this season? Maybe so. But I think he's going to get a deal. I think he's going to get a deal. Before, I would say he was one of those guys where he was the odd man out because we signed Tyree so early. But the way they can structure these contracts and shit, the way they can structure the years is they can literally pay Malcolm Kuntz until they have to pay Tyree Wilson. So that would make all the sense in the world, right, you guys? You don't have to pay if you pay Malcolm Kuntz right now, you don't have to pay him $20+ million a season. You can pay him, north of $10 million a year right now for the next few seasons. You know what I mean? And allow that contract to play out. Boom, Tyree's up. Hopefully he's earned a nice chunk of change. You know what I mean? And then at that point, Max is over 30 and you know what I mean? And maybe it works. But we shall see. Salute the cheese, man, my guy. Let me see. Salute. Still miss the days with no smartphones and everybody outside. I try to have my kids do that as much as possible, man. They're outside actually playing right now. That's why you keep hearing my door open up and back and forth because they're running in and out playing football. So I try to make them have that childhood that I had as much as possible. Once again, it opened again. Let me see. Both. Nation Vic, both. Definitely both. You can bring in a few people. We're going to have north of $40 million, Nation Vic. And there's no one out there in terms of free agency right now that you would pay an arm and a leg to bring in. You know what I mean? Like there's no player that's going to be available post-June that's going to cost you $20 million a season. You know what I'm saying? Like, so at the end of the day, you go get a veteran corner, maybe bring in maybe another linebacker, maybe you even sneak in another wide receiver. Who's to say? But they're going to play this the way they're supposed to play it. Couple dollars after post-June, bring in some guys to fill in some gaps. Hold on to some of that money before the trade deadline, just in case there's a player that can help you make that late run into the playoffs. So they're going to do both. Nation Vic, definitely. Let me see. I mean, Chris, he's been banged up forever. And I don't really know. I haven't been paying too much attention to Josh Jacobs, but I could say this. Salute to Hug. He sent me he sent me something in the group chat earlier, and he was like, damn, man, it sounds like they're already, kind of over Josh Jacobs. I looked up some articles. That is far from the truth, you guys. Like, they're saying that he already looks really good out there. Yeah, he's banged up. When the hell Josh not banged up? He's played through injuries his entire career. But Jordan Love is already saying that he's been great. You know what I mean? I've seen a few other articles where they were saying that he's been a great pickup for them and so on and so forth. So at the end of the day, man, look, what running back at 26 years old isn't banged up? If you're not, then I don't know. You must have the greatest luck in the world or you haven't been playing hard enough. Let me repeat this. If you're 25, 26 years old and you're a running back and you led the league in rushing, you're an all-pro talent. If you're not beat up or you're not banged up right now, then you haven't been playing hard enough. Running back is a difficult position to play, man. So Josh is going to stay beat up. He's going to stay beat up. He's going to stay banged up. But, hopefully when it's time to play football, Josh is going to be prepared and, ready to go and go kill it for Green Bay. That's what I meant, Hug. That's what I meant. Let me see. Yes, Chris, he's not ever getting rid of that Raider tattoo. And if he does, then he really, really just despises this franchise and the fan base if he does. But I don't see him doing that. Cleve Farrell kept his. Max still has his, which Max is he is the Raiders, right? But that's the team that changed these kids' lives, man. So I don't think that he would do some petty shit and cover up their Raider tattoo. Oh, yeah, he's going to be a dog. He's going to be a dog. Marshawn Lloyd is going to be a dog. I have him being like their Aaron Jones this year. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't be shocked. Look, essentially 85, that's a 1-year deal for Josh Jacobs. Everybody gets caught up in this 3-4 year deal. He got paid $12.5 million or 14, whatever it was. No, it's essentially a 1-year deal. Most of that, I think pretty much all that guarantee money is gone in year one, right? Don't quote me on that. But, this is essentially a 1-year deal. They still have A.J. Dillon over there as well under contract. I think that this is a 1-year deal for Josh Jacobs. I truly do. I truly do. I think he'll be gone from the Packers after this upcoming season because of Marshawn Lloyd. I think he's going to be that guy for him. Yes, man. Rest in paradise to Bill Walton as well. Yes. Yes, man. Salute to John. If the Saints release Marshawn Lattimore, what kind of contract do you think he would get if we signed him? It'd have to be a prove it deal, John. You know what I mean? The kid has missed a lot of football these past few seasons. I think he's missed 17 games these past 2 years. That's damn near an entire season. You know what I'm saying? So it'd have to be a prove it deal. I don't know in any world where anyone would sign Marshawn Lattimore to an insane deal right now. You know what I mean? But I don't think they're going to release him. If anything, they'll try and trade him. If they can't find a trade partner, they'll probably hold on to him. Salute to Sav, man. Brock Bowers. Salute to Savage. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Yeah, I agree with you, Mama. That deal is definitely Peyton, what's good with you, King? Salute to everybody here in the building. That's just who he is. That's just who he is. He's a football player, Heart of Blaze. And let me tell you something. I'll tell you one thing. Brock ain't Amari Cooper. I've seen Brock smile out there. Brock doesn't like to talk. He likes to play football. That is his bread and butter. Even if you see him on social media, he rarely posts. If he does put up anything, it looks like it's business-wise. It looks like his team is the one posting stuff. Brock Bowers is a football player. He is a football player, Heart of Blaze. And at the end of the day, that's what you want. That's who you want signing up to be on this team. Football players. So I'd rather have a guy be all business than being out there just smiling and doing all this other shit and not performing at a high clip. So I love it, man. I love it. Hey, he may look miserable, but I'm telling you right now, he's living his best life, you know what I mean, by living out his dream and making it to the NFL. And also it kind of makes it kind of helps his, helps him a little bit when you got a Michael Mayer sitting right there next to you to be that 1-2 punch. You know what I mean? Kind of allows him to, if it takes some time, which I don't think it will, if it takes him some time to get, accustomed to the speed of the game and all that good stuff, you know what I mean, that he has a Michael Mayer right next to him that he can rely on a year or two. Salute to Spivey, man, my dog, man. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to all the new members here in the building because of my brother Spivey, the Kevin Nash, Shieldmore. Salute to my guy. I appreciate you, brother. And also, man, hug, bro. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Salute to the 700 plus people in the building. If you guys want to become a member, like all the people here in the comment section and you missed out on some of the network membership giveaways, hit the link up top. It's one of the best ways to support what we do over here, man. Let me see. I would love it, Jay. The one thing this year is, though, Nate has to stay healthy, man. Hobbs has to stay healthy. This is a contract year for him. You know what I mean? We all expect this kid to be a star, right? Because we know how great of a football player he is. I don't think a lot of people realize, watching the film at Illinois, I knew what this kid can do. I knew coming into the league what he could be. And he's shown us signs of that. We just need more. We just need more consistency, and we need him to be available. Consistency and available this year. I'm telling you, man, Nate Hobbs can be one of the better slot corners in the NFL. He could be one of those guys that's getting paid a shit ton of money at his respective position. He just has to stay healthy, and he has to be more consistent. One of the best tacklers that we have on this roster. I think him and Max are 1A and 1B. You know what I mean? Just want to see more out of him this year in coverage. Want to see him make more plays on the ball. But like I said, stay healthy. Yeah, 10 Commandments. I mean, I don't believe any of that. I think he's made over $80 million in the NFL his entire career. I mean, that was before taxes. So, let's just say he has $40, $50 million. Every rich person in the world, well, let me not say rich, wealthy person in the world has done this. We've seen Donald Trump, file for bankruptcy we've seen it year in and year out. We see Master P, I believe, do it. I remember Jermaine Dupri did it. 50 Cent did it to get out of paying a certain debt. I forgot what it was. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, that doesn't really mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. The kid got some money. Kid got some dough still. Yeah, Omar, and that's what I'm saying. Consistency and availability. If he can stay healthy, you know what I mean, we're in for a ride with Nate Hobbs. Let me see. Yes, I do, Chris. I do. Or at least getting a few interviews to be a head coach. Let me just say that. Definitely do. I think if we have a top 7 defense, top 10 defense, I think that Graham is going to get a few looks. But if we have a top 5 defense that goes out there and gets turnover after turnover the way they did at the end of the season last year, I think that, yes, teams are going to be lining up for his services to be a head coach. Hopefully he's a terrible interview. You know what I mean? Hey, salute to Graham. No disrespect, man. Get your money. But hopefully you're just a horrible interview and you have to be the Raiders defensive coordinator for the foreseeable future. Let me see. Yo, I am making a username right now. It is Detroit Buddha. Talk that Detroit Buddha shit, man. He said, I can't even afford to file bankruptcy. Salute to GA. Comedy. I want to ask you guys' take on this. I brought it up a little earlier. Hold on real quick. Because going off of, I forgot who it was that said they were a little worried about Colton Miller this season. Let me bring this up real quick. Hold on real quick, y'all. I'm trying to find the article that it was. While we do this, you guys, wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Okay, PFF has him as a top 10 offensive lineman, okay? Miller gave pressure on just 4% of dropbacks in 2023. This is the shoulder injury year last year. Tied for 5th best rate among offensive tackles in the NFL. This is even more impressive given that Miller was slowed down by an injury over the second half of the season. Over the last 4 years, Miller's 87.1 pass blocking grade ranks 3rd among left tackles during that period. So PFF has him ranked top 10 out of 32 offensive tackles in the NFL heading into the 2024 season. He's in the top 10. He's actually number 10. What do you guys think about that? They have him rated as the top, as the number 10 offensive lineman in the NFL. Let me see. And think about this, you guys. There's some great left tackles in the NFL. So for Colton Miller to be a top 10 guy, that speaks volumes about what we have on the left side. Let me see. Do you think PG stays if we pay him enough? John, no. I think it's more about opportunity than just the money. And I don't see any place where you can pay him to be a higher paid defensive coordinator than a head coach. I don't see it. I think he's going to take the opportunity if provided. Let me see. Yeah, because we were definitely about to take Mike McGlinchey. We were definitely going to take McGlinchey. No, I'm going to be real with you. I'm one of them guys that I was like, man, I hope we get Mike McGlinchey. And then the Niners took him right before we did. And, Colton was injured year one, didn't have a great rookie year by any means, but he's been, phenomenal for us since his sophomore season. Let's see. How's that? I got to check that out. I have not seen it yet. Salute to my brother Sanjit. It depends. It depends. More money. I mean, there's going to be teams that are going to move on from their head coaches this upcoming season. We just don't know who it is. You know what I mean? But think of it like this. It's going to be a defensive-minded team. You know what I mean? And just think about a few of those teams in the NFL, right? Seattle was always a defensive-minded team, but, Pete Carroll just left. They got a new head coach over there. They're not going to move on after year one. Think of all the defensive-minded teams. There's going to be some vacancies at the end of the season. You know what I mean? So it's going to be definitely a defensive-minded approach type of team. Let's see. Indiana Raider. Graphk, saw you on stage with King in Arlington. Salute to my guy, Indiana Raider, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. I had fun, man. You know what I mean? It was really, really dope. Really dope, actually. Salute to my brother, Marquette King. That's my guy, man. And salute to the UFL for having me. We had a ball, man. That was really, really cool. Let's see. Definitely got me back in my music bag. I'll tell you that. Tampa Bay. Okay. Corey, that's interesting. If they say, you know what, it's not working with the ball and they move on from them, they get away from that offensive approach and they get back to what used to work for them previously while they won Super Bowls, being that defensive juggernaut, that'd be interesting, huh? Okay. That'd be interesting. Him returning back to the New York Giants and making it back to a defensive identity like it once was in the past with Michael Strahan and all that talent. I can see that. Let me see. Oh, Alzado, it was blazing, bro. It was nasty work out there, bro. It was way too hot. Way too hot. I got to say this real quick. I have no problem with anybody speaking their mind about, certain individuals, their music. I mean, you could talk shit about my music. I don't really care. I've had people tell me that my music is ass, right? That's cool. That's cool. But when I'm doing something, with Marquette, you know what I mean, and going out there and doing this, everybody's music's not for everybody, you guys. Marquette definitely has a different sound. I respect it. I believe in what he's doing. You know what I mean? Salute to my guy, Marquette. But y'all got to stop hitting the comment section and just disrespecting, bro. Like, that shit is just nasty work, bro. Like, I blocked about 5 or 6 people off the channel just for saying some stupid, ignorant shit. Like, y'all got to stop that, man. I don't know if y'all don't know this by now, I do not like negativity at all. I do not like negativity. Like, if you want to be on some negative shit all the time, I don't care if you send super after super, I will block you, bro. I don't give a shit. I don't care. It's all about protecting your peace, you know what I mean, and keeping that positivity around you, man. Just because you may not like somebody's music, man, doesn't mean you got to go in the comment section and call them, the shit that I seen was just nasty work. You will definitely get blocked immediately for that. You don't have to be a fan. You can say, hey, man, not a fan of the music, but it's great to see you guys out there rocking, right? Or just don't say nothing. What's the problem with just not saying shit? Like, just come on, man. It's just nasty work. Let me see. I don't get the whole negative Nancy shit all the time, man. It's just weird. Oh yeah, Nick, we know that. We know that. Yeah, I mean, and look, 80s baby, look, we have fun sometimes, right? We do have fun. I'm not going to act as though you guys, I haven't said some things about Darren Waller's music. I've done it myself. And I'm like, damn, bro, you shouldn't have did that. Like, this is if this is something he's trying to do. I was more upset about the situation, how it played out with Waller. That's why I kind of made fun of the music per se, because of how that situation unfolded in Las Vegas with him. Like, you choosing that over this. It's like, damn, like, I get it. Look, I've done it myself. Before as well. I'm not going to act like I'm perfect. I've done some things and said some things where I'm like, I shouldn't have said nothing. But, man, Marquette's such a good dude. I don't think you guys understand how good of a guy he is, man. If you knew him, you wouldn't speak like that. Yeah, man. I got birds. Their name is Jaden and Elijah. And they flocking all around here right now, Hug. All over the place. Let me see. Yeah, Will, you ain't never lied, bro. That's a haymaker right there. Most of these dudes aren't disciplined enough to stay quiet. I like that. But I'm off that. Once again, salute to my brother Marquette King. I'm actually going to call him after this and see if you want to go get a cigar. He'll be in town, I believe, until Friday, and then he's back home to the West Coast. Let me see. Get a few more questions to you guys before we get out of here. Coming up on an hour and a half. Not too much to talk about in the Raider world right now. OTAs will be back tomorrow, you guys. I have a thumbnail already ready to go for the presser. We're going to talk about the presser. We're going to talk about all the news that comes out of Las Vegas tomorrow, so stay tuned for that as well. Frank, I appreciate that. Thank you for the distraction from the real world issues. Your content helps each day be better because you talk Raiders, and we all come here for the team we love. Salute to Frank, man. That means a lot, bro. Appreciate you, King. Appreciate you, brother. Yeah, Gio. He's playing for the Arlington Renegades right now. But there may be some situations here where he may be getting another look at the NFL. So stay tuned. I'm actually trying to line him up with Paul, Gio. I want to get Ket and Paul together. I think that they can be a mean duo here in the NFL. Reaper, none. None. I'm at the gym right now, Docs. What's your favorite? None. I don't have one. Son, you got to wait. Let me see. Yeah, Omar, I get that. Let me see. Graphk, favorite decompression from lives, etc., life, etc. What's your go-to? The gym. The gym, Hug. Easily the gym. The gym for sure. And a cigar lounge. Preferably both. Hit the gym, workout, protein shake, bing. Hit the cigar lounge, have a stick, relax, do my emails, get my thumbnails together for the week, so on and so forth. That's what. Both. Gym, cigar lounge. I say I'm gonna be burning at the next flag football game, bro. I gotta get the second annual OakLosVegas flag football game together. Next year, you guys, I'll be in Vegas full time, so it's gonna be easier for me to do it all the time. John says, if you can choose one, would you want Carr or Dak? I'm going with Dak because we already know the Carr experience didn't work, and why bet on the same thing twice? So I'm not a fan of Dak Prescott like that. You know what I mean, at all. And I love Derek Carr for what he did for this team while he was here. Once a Raider, always a Raider. But at the end of the day, man, I'm going Dak because we already seen what DC can do over here. But yeah. Let's see. He said, Graphk, who's your favorite Sacramento rapper of all time? It's got to be Sebo. DeMarcus, got to be Sebo. Got to be Sebo. I'm going to go with Bo. If you're Tupac's favorite rapper of all time, I mean, it's clear cut. I got to go with Bo. Let me see. Oh, no. He definitely won't. He definitely won't. He got that dad bod, Steam T. Stu got that dad bod, bro. His blood is Captain Morgan now. I don't see in any world where Stu would run a 4.6 right now. Martin pineapple. No. I hate pineapples. I don't want them on anything. I like that, Reese. With Brock Bowers, not Power. Oh, with Brock Powers, we're both combined. See what you did there. There's no reason why we shouldn't convert on 4th and 1, putting in motion on a sweep. Talk that talk. Talk that talk. You see. Got that rock tequila, huh, Chris? Let me see. Y'all crazy. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. I'm going to get out of here. My kids are in the room making a bunch of noise, so I can only imagine what they're doing in there. Salute to all you guys once again, having some fun. Off season, slow motion right now. Just wanted to go live and talk with my people, man. It's been about a week. I missed y'all. I know that me and Wasted will be doing, I think he's doing a live today as well. But also we will be doing the Graphk and Wasted show sometime this week. We may have a former Raider on this week as well. He has already agreed to the time and day, but we know how this goes, right? We know people, life happens and shit like that. But stay tuned. We may be doing a show tomorrow night. If not, we'll keep on working behind the scenes, trying to get some new players, some old players, whatever we can to bring some different energy to the channels with that content. You already know what it is, man. Wipe them feet on the way out, you guys. Hit them thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. OakLosVegas.com. Go get your drip. AnyGivenSundaySauces.com. Now available on Amazon as well. Type in Any Given Sunday Sauce. Go get your hot sauce. Also, PlanetRaiders.com. And once again, you guys, I will be dropping some news here in the next week or so on a new sponsor. I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. Salute to you guys. I am out of here. One.
That's what I'm talking about.